Well, I actually had this really cool moment. Thought that I'd captured it on camera with my phone. My daughter, Mary Liddy, went on a walk with me this morning. We had a funny moment. I thought I captured it with my phone. I didn't record it. This is all I got. So, oh well. Hate that. More football practice. Let's look at Mississippi State, Alabama, and Ole Miss. All three from the West. First up, Mississippi State. Quarterbacks under Mike Leach. You know, a lot of people wanted to know what Mike Leach being at Mississippi State would do for the program, do for the school. Here's one thing I think. I think if everything holds true and they just do what they've done in the past, State's going to have more quarterbacks having a real legit shot at playing in the NFL than they ever have. After practice on Saturday, Leach talked with the media, talked a little bit about the quarterbacks. They've narrowed it down to three guys that are getting the reps. Anyway, here's what he said about it.
You know, we've got three quarterbacks battling it out now. Four that look pretty good, at least that we've had the chance to work with. KJ Schrader and Rogers, and then Jalen Maiden does some good things too. We're just trying to get it a little more automatic, a little more, that's the biggest thing is those. It's one thing for the quarterback to know the play, but it's another thing for him to react to it quickly.
The track record of Mike Leach quarterbacks, Texas Tech, Washington State, it speaks for itself. Now look at Mississippi State. They don't have a whole lot of a track record of putting quarterbacks in the NFL. It's Joe Reed back in the 70s, and it's Dak Prescott.
And then the other thing that enhances that is as we, settle on specific receivers a little bit. Each receiver has their nuances and their habits and their characteristics that, the more the quarterback becomes familiar with that, the better it is. And then I think the quicker things happen.
There was always this belief, and I think rightfully so for many years, that one thing State had to do as a program is they had to get there and finally put somebody in the NFL that showed you could come here and do it. Well, Dak Prescott showed that. Mike Leach, I think, again, if they do what they've done in the past, is the right guy at the right time for this school and this program, because the next step for this program is to go not just one quarterback in the NFL, you got to go put several in the NFL. And frankly, this offense has done that in the past. Here's what I wanted to share with you from Alabama. Patrick Surtain and Jalen Waddle. Apparently they're big buddies, and they both had to answer questions from the media today via Zoom, but like in a press conference. And while Surtain started the press conference,
I just want to ask you about Jalen Waddle, because you guys seem pretty close. Just how have you seen him approach this offseason? And
apparently Jalen Waddle was sitting out there making him laugh, and then they had to switch up, and it went vice versa.
He's going to play a very big role. He's a special player, and we looking forward to competing against each other every day.
Okay, Pat, thank you very much. You're done. Now we'll bring up the guy who's been laughing in the back of the room the whole time, Jalen Waddle. You guys go ahead and raise your hands on here for Jalen, and we'll start the questions.
Now he's looking really, really good.
We'll go to Aaron Settles next.
We make these guys out to be like giants. They're just kids. There's an example. They're 18, 19-year-old kids, and they're in there making each other laugh while they're supposed to be doing a serious press conference. I love to see that stuff because you get a chance to see that, man, they are just kids. Ole Miss. A lot's been made about the fact that they're repping the pass game more. We heard that in a comment from them. They're going to be a little more balanced. We know Lane Kiffin wants to throw the ball. But here's an undeniable fact. They had two of the best freshman running backs in the country last year, two of them, and they're back with a very experienced offensive line group, especially in a couple spots. So are we really going to see them throw the ball a whole lot more? I don't know that we will, especially if John Rice Plumlee gets the quarterback job. They could be a team that still runs the ball a lot and leans on that some of those veterans on that offensive line, even though one of those veterans, Eli Johnson, we found out last week, is opting out.
I think it's a little bit different, definitely we still have some tempo, which is awesome. I love playing in tempo, and a little bit more drop back pass this year, so that will be exciting. And, just I'm loving this offense. I think we're going to be very productive, just how hard we've been practicing, how well coach has gotten us ready. So I think it's an exciting offense this year, definitely. I think we'll put up a lot of points.
I'm getting a lot more comfortable with the more reps I get during endo and team. It's just I just got to get used to the speed of, going against a pretty quick guy instead of a big old, 330-pound dude at left guard. So really for me, it's just the speed and getting back to the basics of playing tackle again.
All right, and lastly, back to Mike Leach. He took the entire team to Davis Wade Stadium. They spread them out in chairs, and they watched a film on the big, huge video board on the south end of the stadium about the greatness that has come out of Mississippi in football. I don't know what the video was. I didn't see it. I just know that was the message. And he got asked about that in his press conference yesterday afternoon too, and kind of let everybody in on why he wanted the players to see that.
The biggest thing, and a lot of it, starts with why did I come to Mississippi? Because for years I've understood that some of the best football in the entire nation's played in the state of Mississippi, and I know the emphasis of it. I know what it means to the people here per capita. Oftentimes, more players go to the NFL from the state of Mississippi than any other state. And I think along with that and along with the greatness on the football field that's come from that, players need to understand the legacy that they're a part of and take ownership in upholding that. And that comes through hard work. And, there's none of this, oh, shucks, I'm from Mississippi stuff. I mean, this isn't one of those deals where, I figure I'm average and half the states are better and half the states are worse. No, they're great players come from here, and greatness comes out of here on the football field, and I wanted all of them to realize that.
All right, good content. See you on the next one. See ya.